Welcome to Nature Walk, the podcast where we explore the wonders of the natural world and the incredible stories that unfold within it. I'm your host, David, and I'm delighted to share with you today's top story, one that takes us to the flooded farmlands of England, where a remarkable transformation has occurred. Imagine a place where the sea meets the land, where the tides ebb and flow, and where the forces of nature have shaped a unique landscape over centuries. This is the world of salt marshes, habitats that are not only teeming with life, but also play a crucial role in protecting our planet from the impacts of climate change. Our story begins on the southwest coast of England, where aging infrastructure failed to protect coastal farmland from the rising sea levels. Instead of fighting against the tide, conservationists took a bold step and chose to embrace the flooding, creating a new wetland reserve that would become a haven for wildlife and a model for sustainable land use. The Steart Marshes Reserve, nestled between the River Parrett and Bristol Channel, was born in 2014. At first, critics labelled it as environmental vandalism and a complete and utter waste of money. Some local farmers even called it Disney for ducks. But as we've learned time and again on Nature Walk, nature has a way of surprising us with its resilience and adaptability. As the reserve site manager, Alice Lava, so eloquently puts it, I think people forget that this is what it would have looked like hundreds and hundreds of years ago. The Steart Marshes have become an important refuge for many birds and aquatic species, providing habitat and food for a wide range of wildlife. From avocets to oyster catchers, the reserve is now a thriving ecosystem that supports an incredible array of biodiversity. But the benefits of salt marshes extend far beyond their role as habitats for wildlife. They are also incredibly effective at storing carbon, with wetland plants settling at the bottom of the marsh and being buried by silt, locking away carbon that would otherwise be released into the atmosphere. This natural process is a powerful tool in our fight against climate change, and one that we can learn from as we strive to reduce our carbon footprint. As a net burden, a wetland biogeochemist notes, "We're still losing salt marshes through erosion, continued sea level rise, through pollution, through mismanagement. It's only recently that we've come to appreciate the vital role these ecosystems play in maintaining the health of our planet." The Steart Marshes Reserve serves as a beacon of hope, demonstrating the potential for restoration and conservation efforts to make a real difference. As we explore the natural world on Nature Walk, we're constantly reminded of the interconnectedness of all living things. From the smallest microbe to the mightiest tree, every species plays a vital role in the grand symphony of life. The story of the Steart Marshes Reserve is a testament to the power of conservation and the importance of preserving our natural heritage for future generations. We'll be right back with more fascinating stories from the natural world on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I'm your host, David. We're exploring the fascinating world of science and nature today, and we've got some intriguing stories lined up for you. As we delve into the middle segment of our show, let's shift our focus to some compelling topics that have been making waves in the scientific community. First off, a recent article on nature.com caught my eye, discussing how cell classification should be based on more than just DNA. This idea, presented by Shaner and colleagues, suggests that when defining cell types, we need to consider factors beyond gene expression. This nuanced approach could lead to significant advances in our understanding of cellular biology. Imagine being able to classify cells with greater precision, which could, in turn, lead to breakthroughs in fields like cancer research and regenerative medicine. But that's not all. The use of artificial intelligence in peer review has also been a subject of debate. While AI can increase efficiency, some argue that it could undermine the credibility of the entire peer review system. As someone who values the integrity of scientific research, this is a concern that resonates deeply. The peer review process is a cornerstone of scientific inquiry, ensuring that research meets high standards of quality and validity. Any threat to this process has the potential to erode trust in the scientific community. And if you thought that was alarming, consider this. Debris from rockets is polluting the Caribbean. With thousands of satellites orbiting Earth, the impact on our ecosystems is becoming increasingly evident. This issue highlights the urgent need for sustainable practices in space exploration and the importance of considering the environmental consequences of our actions. These stories serve as a reminder of the complex interplay between science, technology, and the natural world. As we navigate the challenges and opportunities presented by advancements in fields like AI and space exploration, it's crucial that we prioritize responsible innovation and environmental stewardship. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I'm your host, David, and we're closing out today's episode with a thought-provoking story that highlights the devastating impact of human conflict on the environment. As we've been exploring the wonders of the natural world throughout this podcast, it's essential to acknowledge the darker side of human activity and its effects on our planet. Today, we're looking back at the legacy of the Vietnam War, which not only had a profound impact on human lives, but also left an enduring scar on the environment. The use of Agent Orange, a toxic herbicide, during the war has had long-lasting consequences for the ecosystem and the people who depend on it. The chemical has contaminated soil, water, and air, causing widespread damage to forests, wildlife, and human health. The story of Agent Orange is a complex one, involving decades of denial, neglect, and finally, efforts towards remediation. The United States and Vietnam have been working together to clean up the contaminated sites, but the process has been slow and challenging. The Da Nang airport, for example, was finally cleaned up in 2018 after years of advocacy and funding from the US government. However, the impact of Agent Orange goes beyond the immediate effects of the war. It has also led to a broader conversation about the need for international laws and mechanisms to prevent environmental damage during conflicts. The concept of ecocide, or the destruction of the natural environment, is gaining recognition as a crime against humanity. Some countries, including Vietnam, have adopted their own ecocide laws, but more needs to be done to ensure that these laws are enforced and that those responsible for environmental damage are held accountable. As we reflect on this story, it's clear that the consequences of human conflict can be far-reaching and devastating for the natural world. It's a reminder that our actions have consequences, not just for human societies, but also for the ecosystems that support all life on Earth. So, what can we learn from this story? Firstly, it highlights the importance of acknowledging and addressing the environmental impacts of human activity, whether in times of war or peace. Secondly, it shows that international cooperation and advocacy can lead to positive change, even if it takes time and effort. Finally, it reminds us that the natural world is fragile and deserving of our protection and respect. That's all for today's Nature Walk. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep exploring your natural world.